Are you in the market for a webcam? Either because you're stuck at home and you need to attend virtual meetings, or you just want to stream on Facebook gaming, YouTube, or Twitch for that matter, but with the current price inflation during the pandemic, you're not sure if it's really worth to buy one. Well, then I'm here to tell you that you could just use your smartphone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use this as this. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back to my YouTube channel on the Downstream. This is where we go beyond the stream. I'm your host Raiz, and we are back today with a tutorial video. Yeah, it's going to be my first tutorial video, but let's get into it. So just so you know, guys, I do stream live every Friday or Sunday on Facebook Gaming. Link in the description below. Be sure to check me out, guys. Pop into the stream. Let's chat, ask questions regarding legal, the legal aspect of content creation, or for tips and tricks, to better your stream. Join me in the stream, guys. Now, I'm sure you all are aware that the Logitech C920 is the go-to webcam, and I mean there are various videos on YouTube that recommends the C920, and I myself was going to get a C920 before the pandemic, but since the pandemic the price has basically doubled here in South Africa. As I know that the last time I checked, it was about 1,100 Rand, and now it's almost 2,500 Rand, which is insane. It is mind-blowing how the prices have doubled. But yeah, the C920 gives you 1080p resolution with 30 FPS, and that is great for streaming on YouTube, Facebook Gaming, or Twitch for that matter. It's a great starting webcam. But with your smartphone, you could get the same results, or even better, or maybe not better. I think it's entirely, this is my personal opinion, I think it's entirely dependent on the quality of your camera. But yeah, let's get into it. So the two apps that we will be looking at in this video is DroidCam X and iVCam. Now, iVCam is for Android and Apple, so if you have an iPhone, you can go with iVCam. DroidCam X, on the other hand, is only for Android, I believe. And it is the cheaper version between the two if you want to pay for these. Now, there are free versions of these apps, but the free versions do have limitations, right? And we're going to get into that. So first you want to do is you want to download these apps from the Play Store. Both are available from the Play Store. I'll leave the links to these apps in the description below in the video. Check it out. Okay, so after you've downloaded and installed the apps from Play Store, the next thing you have to do is go onto your computer or your laptop, and you need to download the PC client from the web page, right? So for iVCam it's e2esoft.com, and for DroidCam it's Dev47 apps. I'll leave the links to these two PC clients down below so that you guys can check it out. Now, to download the PC clients is free, so don't worry, you won't be asked any fees to pay. Now, like I said earlier, there are free versions of these apps. However, the free versions do have limitations, so let's get into the limitations of each. Now, with DroidCam X, the free version, you only get 360p to 480p resolution. Now, that's not bad if you just want to use it for the purposes of attending a virtual meeting or that. It gets the job done, right? However, if you want to use it for streaming, it's not really up to par, especially if you're streaming at 720p and 1080p or higher resolutions. 1480p is just not going to work out. With that being said, let's get into iVCam. Now, iVCam, on the other hand, iVCam does come with higher resolutions with the free version, but that's only 720p. It only goes up to 720p, right? Which is much better. But iVCam is only a free trial. It is not a completely free app that you can use for numerous amounts of time. It has a specified period of time in which you can use it, or amount of time, to say 7, and then after that the app will give you a notification that you have to buy the Pro version. So yeah. Also with iVCam, there is a watermark that appears on the camera, either in one of the corners, either on top or the bottom, but that shouldn't be a problem for you if you are starting out. Okay, so with the limitations of the free versions out of the way, let's look at the pros of owning the Pro version and why you should buy the Pro version. Right, so just so you know, I bought both the Pro version for DroidCam X and for iVCam. And if you check out my Facebook gaming page, you'll notice that previously I streamed at 720p, and I still currently do because of some technical issues there. But yeah, so I streamed at 720p and DroidCam was working fine, perfectly fine for me, you know, at that resolution. However, I recently decided to move over to iVCam Pro because I just wanted a better clarity, a more sharpened, clear look to my webcam. With that being said, let's get into the pros. Now, DroidCam, it's the cheaper of the two. It costs about 50 Rand, which is about roughly $3 or less, right? But with DroidCam X, you only get 720p resolution at 16:9 at the 16:9 ratio. So you don't get 1080p or anything higher. It is only locked at that. Now the thing that I hate that I hate about DroidCam is the fact that whenever you want to change the resolution or the aspect ratio, you have to restart your PC, and that is pretty annoying. It is so annoying, to be honest. It's really annoying. However, the camera is very easy to use and easy to set up. With DroidCam X, you have to allow USB debugging on your Android device. Here are the steps listed. I've listed the steps right here, and I'll leave a link in the description below where you can read up as to how to debunk. We're not debunking myths here, are we? I've left steps as how to debug your USB debugging. Anyway guys, yeah, you gotta allow USB debugging on your Android device in order to use. Okay, now let's look at iVCam. Now iVCam is the pricier version of the two. It's about plus minus 250 Rand. That's about $13 to $14. However, you are getting the bells and whistles with iVCam. DroidCam also has filters and a few tools there, but iVCam just does it way better. iVCam just has the better resolution, so iVCam goes up to 4K. The only okay, so now we are looking at the PC client of iVCam on my PC. Now I did say earlier that I am recording this YouTube video with iVCam Pro at 1080p 30 FPS, as you guys can see. The response time is pretty great. Now you can connect either via Wi-Fi or USB, but I do recommend that you connect via USB to prevent any lag. I don't know, because if I connect via Wi-Fi, there seems to be some lag. But if you guys have already used this, let me know down in the comments below if you've had any lag connected to Wi-Fi. Maybe just my Wi-Fi sucks at the moment. But yeah, USB is the better option to go with, in my opinion. So with the PC client, like I said, you have various resolutions. You can either go landscape. Oh, can you guys? I hope you guys can actually see this. So you have landscape or portrait. So you have the resolutions 360p to 4K. Like I said, I wish it had 1440p. Your video settings. Oh, why is this on medium? And then your video format. I leave it on RGB 24 plus YU, Y2. But you know, your guys' preferences. Let's just connect that. I don't know why it is at medium. Yeah. Now I don't know, the issue with 4K is that when I switch over to 4K, so I'm gonna apply this, so it goes to 24 frames. Let's do this. Okay, so now it's applying. Okay, so now I'm recording at 4K. However, if you can see, there is quite some lag. Like, damn, that's actually some heavy lag right there. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna go with the frames higher at 60. Okay, so now this is 4K at 60 FPS and it's still lagging. Okay, so I don't know why it lags at 4K. I don't know, is it maybe because I have a 1440p monitor that it doesn't want to, that it's lagging at 4K resolution? Most likely. I'm not sure. Let me know down in the comments below, guys, if that's the cause. If you have been using iVCam, let me know some tips down below. But yeah, I mean 1080p. So what you can also do in iVCam, you can set the exposure, autofocus, white balance. It even has a beautifying filter. You can put the flash on of your phone. There's got on right there. You know, you can switch the cameras. So you also have a record function right here where you can record you speaking through. You know, you can record yourself with the webcam. You also have a screenshot there, and then you have your filters and things that you can use here. Autofocus, auto white balance. You even have a beautify filter. You can put on your flash like that. You know, various things. Rotate the camera. Whoop, I'm upside down. Oh no, oh no. Yeah, so iVCam Pro just comes with more bells and whistles in my opinion. That is the better option between the two, because you're only stuck with 720p 16:9 ratio on Droid X. So iVCam is definitely the version you want to go for. So let's switch to Droid Cam. Okay, so now we're looking at the Droid Cam interface with my boy John Wick here. Connect. As upside down. No problem. Let's just flip it around. And that is Droid Cam, basically. Yeah. So that's Droid Cam. That's the interface you have right there. Let's look at settings over here. So you have your, you know, your white balance, all that things there. Yeah, it's pretty basic, pretty standard, you know. Like I said, and this is basically what you're seeing. I believe it is set at, the last time I set this was at 720p 16:9. So this is what you're seeing right here. You can adjust the brightness, contrast, volume boost, and all that stuff. Exposure lock, I put that at off. White balance automatic. But yeah, that's it. Now let's look at how it looks on the live stream cam. Okay, so now we're over to my Facebook live streaming screen, right? And as you can see here, I'm recording at 1080p 30 fps. And I stream at 720p. So when it scales down to 720p, the resolution of my webcam is still looking great. Whereas if I stream at 720p or lower and it has to scale up, or it remains at 720p, it's not looking that great. So that's the benefit of putting your webcam at a high resolution and then scaling down to a lower resolution, so it still keeps your webcam looking great. Let me know in the comments below if you guys think that it does look great. But yeah, to me that looks pretty great. Okay, so now you're looking at the live stream screen with Droid Cam X set as the webcam at 720p. And you can immediately see how smaller that is compared to the 1080p. Let's just make that fit the border there, about so. And there we go. So that's at 720p when I stream at 720p. So it basically should remain the same. I hope the quality don't degrade or whatever. But it actually doesn't look that bad. Yeah. Let me know down in the comments below which one you think looks the best, or do they look the same in your opinion. I do think that the 1080p one does look a little bit different. That's just based on what I've seen. Like when I rewatch my streams, recordings from it, it just looks way different. But I mean, it's not really bad for what you get at 50 Rand or $3. Response time is actually great. There's basically lagging or anything, you know. So when you're starting out, you just want to use this as a means to attend virtual meetings where you need to be visible, this is a great option for you. Okay, so with that being said, if you're going to use your smartphone mostly for streaming, whether it be on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch for that matter, I do recommend going with iVCam Pro because it just has that much more bells and whistles and higher resolutions, especially if you're streaming at higher resolutions like 1080p or above. Like I said, it's a bummer that 1440p is not available, but yeah, it's just much better. Although you're paying a much higher price tag, at the end of the day it's still much cheaper than going for a Logitech C920 or C922, you know, whatever. But there are also other cheaper webcams out there that is based off great quality. Just check out YouTube, I'm sure you'll find something. But then again, if you're not really concerned with image quality, then DroidCam is your best bet. If your only concern is to be live in a virtual meeting, then yeah, go with DroidCam. But if you're looking to enhance your live streaming, iVCam is your best bet because it enhances your image quality. As you know, viewers don't only tune in to watch the games you play, but they tune in to see you playing those games, to interact with you. And if they cannot see you, this then degrades that interaction. So yeah, go with iVCam Pro if you are a streamer. With that being said, guys, I hope that you found this video informative and helpful, and that I helped you make an informed decision on what the better option is for you and your needs. Do note I stream live every Friday or Sunday on Facebook Gaming. Check the link in the description below, guys. Pop in chat, ask me more questions on iVCam Pro or DroidCam X if you need more information on it, guys. I'll be happy to help. If you haven't already, guys, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next down stream. Peace. Oh.